We'll call to order the Monday, December the 11th Fort Mill Town Council meeting. Thank you all for your attendance. If you would please ensure that your phones are turned on silent or vibrate so that we can give our full attention to you. Thank you for being here. We will have a Pledge of Allegiance, and if you'll remain standing for the invocation, Councilman Helms will lead us this evening. So let's have our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Fathers, we bow our heads tonight and thank you for the many blessings of life that you've bestowed upon us, all the grace you've given us. We pray, Lord, that you give us the wisdom tonight to conduct the town's business. We give you the praise and the honor and the glory for it all. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. All right, Council, you have received the minutes of our November the 13th council meeting. Do we have any changes, deletions, anything that needs to occur with those minutes?
I move for approval.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Thank you. There are no folks signed up for public comment, but I have to read this anyway. So pursuant to Section 2-46 of the Code of Ordinances for the Town of Fort Mill, any resident may appear before council for the purpose of providing public comments on any municipal matter except personnel matters. Those who wish to speak must sign the public comment sheet prior to the start of the meeting, and we do not have anyone signed in for public comments this evening. There are no public hearings today, so we'll jump right in with presentation number 1. Our very own Caroline Hasty will announce the Christmas parade winners. Caroline?
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Not this past Saturday, but a week ago Saturday, we celebrated our 60th annual Christmas parade for Fort Mill, and it was super exciting. We made some changes, and we noticed as we drove through the parade how well received it has been for our community. And this is our third year having trophies for all of the folks that take the time and effort to present a great show for all the spectators for the Christmas festivities. So I would like to acknowledge them if I can, and if we could have some photos with Mayor or Council with our winners, that would be fantastic. I'll start this evening with our best Christmas thing was Eddie Evans, Evans Tire and Wrecker Service.
Yay!
Would you like to come?
Would you like me to take a picture of you?
Oh, that's fine.
So good to see you.
Good to see you.
Merry Christmas to you too. Thank you for doing that. It was a lovely story. Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you
And
so
I could
much.
get you to sit aside, that'd be great. Also, our most spirit was the Fort Mill Dirty Riders. Woohoo!
A little secret, I belong to their Facebook page, but I don't have my legs about me yet, so yay! Oh, what a fun thing you guys are doing. I love it. I love it. You're not scared of the traffic?
You got nothing like this.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Good job. Good job.
You need to come on a ride.
I'm going to. I am going to. That's a promise.
Here is your most spirit. So if you want to stand to the side. Most creative was the Carolina ski team.
Bring up my troops.
Yay! Cute outfit. Hi. Hi. Yes, you can hold it. Yes, you can. Can you ski?
Yeah, these are all skiers. They are scooting behind the boat in the parade.
Can y'all get in tight with the mayor so I can get a picture of you guys?
I'm so proud.
Come on, guys.
One Wonderful.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Yay!
Our best walking group was Tiger Kim's Taekwondo.
Woohoo!
I don't believe they're here tonight. And our most, yes, I think that's it. Yes. And our best car was South State Bank.
Ms. Mayor,
Yes.
I was told I had to stand up and applaud.
I'll stand up and applaud for her. Yay. How are you?
And Mr. Harvey.
Some people say he's the mayor.
He really
Not the
is.
real mayor.
He really is. Awesome.
All up here.
Let's get one more
Let's
picture.
get everybody up there. Benny,
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much.
you want to get in? Why don't you get in? I think we should get in. Is it okay if I stand on yours? No, don't stand on yours. No, yes. I'm a liability. Okay. Everyone look at me. Smile. Yay. And Mayor, I believe this is what makes our parade so exciting. It's truly
It's not
community.
just our parade, it's what makes our town the special place that we live. When we know bankers by name, and bikers by name, and skiers by name, and tire places. This is the essence of Fort Mill. And thank you so much from our hearts because you make us better. You make us all better.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Get up there.
Mr. Harvey.
Thank you all. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much. Bye. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. They meet on Main Street on Wednesdays or Thursdays, and they ride to Kingsley.
Okay, they're the ones with
That's a
they ride
dangerous
for
place to ride.
I know, but I love it that they do it.
Yeah.
I
They
do.
ride.
Well, that's like the exercise group
Do
in
they?
the park. You have an exercise group in the park
Yeah.
that shows up every
I
day.
love it. Well, we should start every meeting with that happy of a set of group of people. I love it. The second presentation is equally happy. We would like to get a presentation or an update on the all-inclusive playground, All Play Together. And I believe, Lori Christensen has been the person that has spearheaded this project and put her entire passion into it. And we welcome you tonight and look forward to hearing all the good things.
Why, thank you. I'm Lori Christensen. I kind of initiated the project, but have a team of people working very hard to bring an inclusive playground to Fort Mill. I'm happy to share our progress in this last quarter. We're now at a third of our fundraising goal of $550,000. We are in the process of establishing our own nonprofit entity. We previously were affiliated with a nonprofit to accept tax-deductible donations, but have decided to start our own nonprofit in order to streamline the grant application process and also to avoid the confusion that there's been with people donating through another nonprofit. Now, it will be very clear that the monies they're donating are going directly to the Inclusive Playground Project. We continue to move forward with fundraising, reaching out to community businessmen, the community at large. We have a grant writing team that is working hard on that aspect of fundraising. We have fundraising events in the planning stages for next year, and we have monthly dine and donates at local restaurants. And this week on Thursday is a dine and donate at Danny's Pizza in Fort Mill. I invite all of you to participate. It's an easy way for the community to show their support and gather that momentum and raise awareness. We continue to build community awareness. We've recently updated our website, allplaytogether.com, and I invite all of you to visit the website. I think it's much improved. We also have a presence on social media. We have continued to build a following through Facebook and Instagram. And again, I invite you to visit those pages. There are links from the website. Our team is committed to providing an inclusive play space in Fort Mill, and we will continue to fundraise until we can all play together on an inclusive playground.
Wonderful, wonderful. I think that deserves a round of applause. For those of you that are unfamiliar, the town was approached by Lori a while back as she began to shape up how this might be made possible in our own community. There are very few, if none, playgrounds that are indeed all-inclusive within driving distance of our community. Lori has made an impact on us as we now are looking at all-inclusive equipment for our updates to all parks, but the town went into agreement with Lori to provide some space in our park that's being developed in Waterside, so that with the raising of the money of Lori and her group, we will be able to put that playground into the Waterside area, and it will serve all individuals. So if you have an opportunity to go to their Dine and Donate events or any other events, please do so. This is for everyone in the community, and the work that this group has done has really been difficult at best to try to raise money in a town where we have so many good things to donate to. But this one is very special indeed. So if you would have an opportunity to support them, that would be wonderful. So Lori, does anybody have questions for Lori?
I have a question, please. What did you say your goal amount was?
$550,000.
Okay.
And we're a third of the way there.
Okay,
For
and,
clarity, this park is accessible from Bank Street as well. It won't be just Waterside's park. It's
No, and I hope that we
Just for
put
clarity,
careful
yeah.
thought into that. It does have an entrance off of Bank Street. It does belong to the town. It is not a community park. It's just the location of the particular park because the land was donated, and we are working to build a park that will serve that whole end of town, and with this particular park, it will serve everyone. So it will be like all community parks open to our citizens.
Thank you for clarifying.
Any further questions for Lori?
what other kind of fundraisers or what other kind of events do you have besides just the one you mentioned?
We have Dine and Donates monthly, and we're working on fundraisers in the coming year, but we're in the planning stages, so
Okay.
we need to kind of finalize those before we publicize.
I do think it's important to note that Lori and her group have gone to large businesses. They have gotten a sizable donation, and I would ask all businesses to consider making likewise, because this indeed will serve all of our community. They've been to events and asked for donations, so they've tried to meet the public where they can and get participation where they can. Their publication materials are excellent, and the effort has been steady. So if you can support the effort, it would be greatly appreciated.
Thank you.
How can we find out
Oh, I'm sorry.
when and where the Dine and Donate will take place?
It's on our website, and it's also on the Facebook page. All Play Together Fort Mill is
And
the
I'll try to
Facebook
make
page.
sure when Lori sent me a note about the one coming up at Danny's, I'll be sure to forward that to
Okay,
each
good,
of
thank
you.
you.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. All righty then. Presentation number 3, but no less important. Shantae Bowler, our financial statements for November 2017. Hello, Shantae.
Good evening, Mayor and members of council, and I know what I have to say is not exciting as the last two. But yet and still, we want to keep you informed.
We wouldn't be here without you, Shantae.
So tonight, we just wanted to give you a brief snapshot on the financial activity for November 2017. We're 2 months into the fiscal year. The target is 17%. I can tell you that our spending is up a bit, but not above the 17% threshold. Our revenues are somewhat trailing, but I do expect that to get better when we start to receive our property tax revenue in the first quarter of 2018. So beyond that, all is well. Things are looking good. And I wanted to also give you an update on our software activity.
Good.
We have heard, well, the contract has been signed and sent back, and we have since heard from the vendor, and we're looking to get the ball rolling in January. We're waiting to hear from them on a few dates that we can select from so that we can commence that process. So we're excited to get that going.
Thank you for so much work. For those of you watching this on a later broadcast, this is a software program that will assist us in providing new avenues, quicker, more efficient avenues for people to do business with the town. It is something that we've been hoping for, and a lot of effort by Shantae, her staff, and Dennis and his staff have really done everything they can to select the product that will work best for us and for our communities. So thank you so much.
You are welcome. Thank you all.
Shantae, where do we stand with the audit process?
Oh, audit will commence in mid-January. That's usually the time frame it happens every year, and should be finished by the end of February. And then we will bring the final report to you in March.
Okay, thank you for that.
Thank you. All right, no further questions. Thank you, Shantae.
Yes, ma'am.
There are no old business items to be reviewed this evening. Under new business items, new business item number 1, resolution adopting the York County Multi-Jurisdictional Hazards Mitigation Plan. Chipper Wilkerson will provide us. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion, we accept new business item number 1.
Have a motion to accept and a second. All those in favor? No, I think we get questions first. Sorry. I get ahead of myself tonight, don't I? Okay, Chipper, what can you tell us about this?
Mayor and Council, thank you for letting me bring this. This is a plan that is required by FEMA to be updated 5 or 6 years. The last one was in 2011. It's now time for the update. It's been a year-long process with York County Emergency Management. I know Greg and Davey and some other people in the town began working on this. It's how the county can do its efforts to mitigate hazards, and it is pretty much a formality, because some of the things we're able to do already, where as I was talking with Greg earlier, and just like Town Hall and the Fire Department, Police Department, we're putting generators on buildings. We're trying to do everything we can within the means of the budget. So the plan just lays out for the whole county, plus every municipality in it participating, how to do those things as funding becomes available. So it seems like a very extensive document, but a lot of it's a repeat through each municipality.
So this is a update to something that was already in place, and we have to update it by requirement in a certain period of time.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is one of those, and we're looking at any enhancements that our budget will allow. But let's be clear, if it was a required or something that we absolutely needed, we would find the money to do so.
Yes, ma'am.
So we absolutely are going to ensure the safety of our employees and our process and our operations and our community. So let's don't let there be a question anywhere that if it's needed, we're going to get there.
One large part of it is flooding, and I know Greg's our flood program manager. We don't allow building in floodplains, so that's one big area we take care of things right off from the beginning. So that's a key part of this as well.
Okay.
And Mayor and Council, again, this is a plan that is required by FEMA that you have in place, so that if there is a disaster of some sort too, that you're eligible then to apply for FEMA funds.
Yes.
Without this, you would not be.
As it should be. Any questions? Hearing none, we have a motion to approve and a second. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, nay. Thank you, Chipper. All right, new business item number 2. Resolution to appoint and commission Chris Pettit as a code enforcement officer for the proper security and general welfare of the town of Fort Mill. Chris Pettit, do I have a motion?
Make a motion, we approve new business item number 2.
Second.
All right, I have a motion in multiple seconds. Chris?
Mayor,
welcome
this is
aboard.
just a resolution required by state law to appoint myself as a code enforcement officer to enforce the town's planning, zoning, and subdivision regulations.
For those of you that don't know, Chris Pettit is our new planning director. He went away for a study abroad across the river for a short period of time. And we're very, very, very fortunate to have Chris back in our midst.
Glad to be back.
He's
Glad he found his paddle to get back.
yeah.
I'm glad they didn't take the bridge up.
Yeah.
Or relocate it somewhere else.
So Chris, welcome back.
Thank you.
And we're very, very happy to have you. Any questions for Chris?
Chris is coming back to the promised land.
Yes, he is. He should have never left. So welcome back. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, nay. Thank you. New business item number 3, Fire Station 2, design firm recommendation. Our very own Chipper Wilkerson again. Do I have a motion?
I'll keep it going. I
Okay.
move to approve new business item number 3.
Second.
All right, I got a motion and a second. Chipper, this is much awaited news.
Yes.
Very much awaited news. Again, thank you for letting me present this. We had a RFQ, Design for Qualifications, out for a design firm to design our second station. That concluded at the end of November, and out of that, after reviewing the documents that came forth and the companies that submitted, recommended to Mr. Pieper ADW Architects out of Charlotte. And with me today, we have Jim Powell, the managing principal, and Keith, Carlyon, the senior principal. This group was selected on 4 main items. Their work history and client recommendation, did a large number of emails, phone calls, did some site visits to some stations, and got good reviews, even from TUK. They did TUK's fire station. They've done work for Fort Mill School District, and have been given good reviews. Some of the things that get those good reviews are their construction cost estimation compared to their final construction cost. That has been pretty spot on from what they provided, and even talking with the different fire departments and organizations. Their close proximity to the site. They're not far if we have issues. It's easy to get them here and to keep the project rolling and keep it moving. And their process and communication. I heard a lot of good comments about their process, how they did it, and their communication and keeping those lines open. I'd like to bring these 2 gentlemen up and let you
Excellent.
meet them, ask any questions, or have any discussion we need to have.
Excellent.
Thank you, Chief.
Welcome.
Thank you. First of all, thank you, Chief Wilkerson, for shortlisting us and getting us to this point. It's truly an honor. We have done a lot of work across the state. A little bit about the firm, is that in order? We are a 42-person firm located in Charlotte, been in business since 1977, so we're a stable firm. We do a number of different sectors, but I'm the managing principal for all of our civic work. It means all of our public work. We do a lot of different things. And Keith is a senior principal in our firm, and he concentrates on all of our public safety work. And he's actually our director of fire station design. Anything and everything you want to know about a fire station, this gentleman knows. Very, very experienced. A lot of lessons learned. We've done a lot of fire stations. We know all the things you should and shouldn't do. And that helps us in terms of, we think, providing good value to our clients. So we're honored to be selected.
I'm a TKK resident too, so it's nice to be close.
Wonderful.
My son's over at Gold Hill watching basketball.
Wonderful. That's great. Any questions for these gentlemen? How soon do you get started?
Very
Ready to
soon.
roll up our
Yes,
sleeves? Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I am thrilled at the process. I happen to know that Chipper's just not going to accept anybody, so if he and our staff think that you are the right folks, I know it's for all the right reasons, and our community will benefit greatly from working with you and getting this new fire station off the ground. Thank you so very much. We appreciate you coming this
Well, we're
evening.
looking forward to it. Absolutely.
No
Thank you.
further questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. All right. That's not a nay from me, that's a question.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Appreciate it.
much.
Looking forward to
it.
We're looking forward to it.
too.
Thank you so much. Wonderful. Yay. New business item number 4, a resolution to amend the 125 cafeteria plan and healthcare spending account. Dennis Pieper, and do I have a motion?
Make a motion, we approve new business item number 4.
Make all the motions.
Second.
Let's go point to somebody
The
else.
one who can't talk.
All right, Dennis Pieper, our Town Manager, would you like to
Yes, ma'am.
let
Thank
us
you,
know
Mayor.
what this is all about?
This is basically just a change in IRS rules for this year. They went up a whopping $50 from 2017 to 2018. The maximum now is $2,650. It was $2,600 last year.
Okay.
So really it's just again, a formality to accept the change so that our plan will be. in
What threw me
accordance
off
with
when it said 125 cafeteria plan.
it. That's what they call them. Flexible savings account, cafeteria plan, they're all synonymous.
Okay, any questions for Dennis?
I thought we was gonna build a cafeteria.
That'd be nice. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Thank you so much. There are no executive session items for this evening. This is our last council meeting for the year. We'll go around. Larry, tell us about the good things that happened this year.
Well, let's see.
Got landslide Larry and landslide Trudy.
That's right.
Yeah, we've got two landslide people here. I thought it was a real good year, and it was capped with an excellent Christmas program. I'd like to take my hat off, if I had one on, to Davey and his crowd for the lights. Every time we go through, my wife says, "You be sure and tell Davey now how that looks." And I had something else. And I don't know if y'all noticed it, but I had the nicest car in the parade.
Hey, it fit you too.
Larry and the Rat Rod.
It was built by the time you was born, wasn't it?
1923 Hudson.
Ah, I see.
But I think it's been a good year. We've gotten the park, the complex, and I think I mentioned one other time that, from what I know, the Close family, they take their holdings as a sacred trust. And the fact that they would entrust us with two of them, I think that says a lot for us.
I do too.
And Madam Mayor, I appreciate your leadership in this endeavor.
Thank you, Larry.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jamie?
I think we've done a lot with the new town hall. This place being renovated to be full-service police station, bringing Chris back, which is a godsend. We're looking forward for him to take the driver's seat and take us into the new, which I call decade of Fort Mill here. Christmas parade and the lighting ceremony, both from Caroline and Davey, both of you guys have done a phenomenal job with that. I just think we have more and bigger and better things in our future that are on the way. I think we're getting well prepared to take on all the challenges that come to us. We have a great group of people that work here, so I think it's going to be good. I'm excited.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Lisa?
So this year's been a fabulous year when you start looking at the assets that the town now has, or we're in the process of developing. You guys have mentioned Town Hall Complex, the property that you had mentioned over at Bank Street that we're getting ready to develop in the water side off of their community. Parks and Rec is getting ready to have a lot of changes that the community is going to see and take advantage of. It'll take a few years before we'll have access and use to it because of the projects and the scope of the projects. But Parks and Rec is really going to have a lot of focus and attention, much needed, and the community is going to be able to take a lot of advantage of it. So we appreciate Dennis and the rest of the team for the financial advice and the due diligence that you guys do to help us do all these wonderful projects, and we're not raising taxes on it. We're doing a great job staying within our means, but still giving back to the community with some significant assets. So thank you all the people that work with the town. You're all great. We hear nothing but praise about you all. You're also smiling and loving every time we see you. It makes it real easy to come up here and do our job. So thank you.
Thank you. Trudy?
I think most of the comments that I was going to make have already been made. I mean, everybody have already said most of them. But one thing that I would like to say is there was a piece of property that was on Nations Road, I think. Actually, it was right below where I used to live, and it was called Route 21. But since they've renamed everything, that was sold, and I talked to the lady whose property it was because we grew up together. And she said that the main reason that she actually sold it, and she had high regard for James Trainer, who she talked with, she said the main reason that she went ahead and sold it was because of what we had been doing with the town and the way the town looked and the focus that the way the town was going. She said otherwise she didn't know what she was going to do with the property because she had been so pleased last few years with the direction of the town. But going back to what Larry and Lisa and Jamie had said, I concur with everything that they have said. We've just done amazing things this year. And I'm very, very proud to say that I'll be serving with y'all for another 4 years.
Yay.
Like it or not.
We're thrilled.
You squeaked in, right?
We're thrilled.
I just squeaked right on in there, yeah. Just barely made it.
Right?
So.
I missed the Christmas parade and I missed the tree lighting, but I went in and watched Tony's video and I was real pleased with everything that went on. It was real good. I love the way that they set the town up this year for their children to sing. You could hear them real well and everything went well. Pleased to be serving with you, Mayor and Council. Enjoyed every minute of it. We've had our ups, our downs, and had some good growth this year. Had some Dennis is really taking care of the city with Davey and all the department heads, and I mean it's been a good year. And we're looking forward, and Chris being back again. It's been said already, but looking forward for another 2 years, and then I'll get to fight that battle. So
maybe you can squeak by too.
All righty. As this is the last session of the year, there are a couple of things I'd like to bring up. This year, we had a new sorority that applied for national certification. It is I'll say it wrong, the Pearls of Promise, Omega Tau Omega, Kappa, yeah. They are an incredible group of young women and women of all ages. They are setting their sights to help the town of Fort Mill in any way that they might, and they have reached out to us on a number of times, and I really am grateful to have them joining us in our volunteer efforts in town. The town staff is incredible. We're financially sound. We're moving forward. Thankfully, we're becoming more intentional with what we do. We put out fires, we arrest folks for doing the wrong things. We've been named the safest city again in one of the top spots. We've gotten grants for the fire department. We've gotten grants for a new water tower. We've got a new fire department going. So I think that it's very easy to get aggravated with a long line of traffic. But while you're sitting in that long line of traffic, please think about, I've never seen our town look more beautiful. And I'm telling you, I've looked at some of the other lighting in other communities. Our guys rock. They know how to do it. It is as beautiful as I've ever seen it. It's really a pleasure, too, that we're not alone. We do a lot of our work with outside sources. I see Wink here with the Economic Development Group. They're helping with getting some wayfinder signs and looking at new businesses that might be interested in our downtown area and how can we assist people in looking at Fort Mill as a desirable location. And I certainly think with the downtown strip on Main, boy, that's been going very, very well. You got to look at our relationships with veterans. They play at every event. The school district, Jill Fuller, that comes and sings for us in the school district. We have been able to build some partnerships that I hope will be forever lasting. The Elks Club, the downtown merchants with their crawls this year, the museum with their Legends tour and their Christmas tour, the theater folks bringing theater to downtown. I'm telling you, it is a wonderful community, and we're all blessed to live here. We're very blessed to live here, and I would like to thank each and every one of you for making this what I believe to be a banner year for the work that we all attempt to do. So with that, I'll entertain. Well, I guess looking at y'all, I think I probably need to say too, we have some folks that want to come before council at times and ask questions about transparency or about communications or about issues or about how much effort we put into it. And that really riles me up It does, because very fortunately, we're not that council that's going to sit up here and fight and hiss and say ugly things to one another. We're not that council that's backstabbing and looking for ways to undercut each other. We're not that council that goes out and does interviews and things to position ourselves individually. This council are dedicated individuals that put a lot of effort and time into doing the best job that we can to be fair to everyone, starting with each other. And you're not just council members, you're my friends. So I'd like to thank you all, and my hat's off to the hard work and the dedication that this council brings to the town of Fort Mill. Thank you. Thank you each. So who wants to, you want to make that last motion tonight?
I'm on as well, and I want to remind everybody, Mayor Savage has a birthday coming up next week.
I was going to read
So-
birthdays.
Yeah, and Trudy just had one.
Yep. Shantae had a birthday on the 4th. Woo,
Happy
woo.
birthday, Shantae.
Bill Runyon's on the 8th. Trudy on the 8th. Woo, woo, happy birthday. Mine's on the 16th. Bill Griffin on the 11th. Sherry Stringfell had one on the 4th. Amber Homaker on the 7th. Cindy Smith on the 22nd. Mark, I won't say that right, Sachinsky? Did I say it close enough? The 23rd. Justin Davis the 2nd. James Bennett the 1st. And Charles Bennett the 1st. All of us Christmas babies say thank you for cake. So, happy birthday.
With that, I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
And all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, nay. Thank you all. It's been a great year.